Well, hello, folks, and welcome to Grandpa's Sports Video Game of the Week. And we are here tonight, and we have got the Winnetonka Griffins against the Smithville Warriors. We'll get it out. Game just started, got the kickoff. Just a short return. Don't think got more than 5 yards on that. Winnetonka comes into the game 4-2 with losses to Kearney and I believe it's Oak Grove. And here we go, first play from scrimmage. I formation, and we've got, looks like could be some movement somewhere. Let's see what the ref calls. That's a really unusual hat. Oh, I think the ref's, offsides. Offsides on Winnetonka. So they'll move back 5 yards.
Offsides, Winnetonka, 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
And I love this hat here. Let's see if we can get it. I don't blame him. It's pretty brisk out here tonight. I believe that is part of the hat. I thought maybe it was just something that he was wearing under it. But that hat, I wouldn't mind having one of them myself. Once again, Winnetonka up to the line. They've got guys spread out to both sides, but they're going to run it up the middle.
Montre Moore on the carry, short gain, second down Griffins.
Montre Moore on the carry. Actually can hear the stadium announcer this week. Last week out at Truman, I couldn't understand a word he said. Looks like it's going to be a second down now and about 12 yards. Once again, Tonka in an I formation. Fake and looking for a pass. You're going to have to come back and get it, and he was intent on catching the ball that actually kind of ran over the defensive player. Let's see who that was here. That's number 84. It looks like Anthony Triplett. He's a senior wide receiver, 6'3", 185. Third down and 12 now with that incompletion. Looking again there for 84, and they're going to get him, and he is just short of the first down. Depends upon where they spot the ball, but it looks like he's short. Yeah, he is going to be about 2 foot short on that try, and then it looks like here early in the game, Tonka is going to go ahead and go for it.
Hey, let's go, line, drive off the ball.
Once again, Anthony Triplett, 6'3", 185. Everybody in fairly tight I formation, going to give it to the running back.
There we go.
And he is going to break a pretty good run.
There we go, boys. We came to play today.
That's about a 23-yard gain there.
Woo!
Get his number. That is number 24, running back. Montre Moore, junior running back, 5'8", 215. Looking to pass again. Long pass into the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Intended for number 84 again.
Try, bud. Come on.
But it's intercepted, so that will turn the ball over. Pass had plenty of distance. It's just overthrew him just a little bit. And the defensive player was behind him and just picked it up, caught it, and put a knee down, so that'll bring it out to the 20.
Hey, got a lot of ball game left, boys. Let's go.
Smithville will have possession.
Heads up.
All right. Come on, defense!
Smithville with an eye, handoff. Nope, quarterback keeps it, starts weaving his way down the field. Looks like he will pick up approximately 5 yards, gain of 4. And that was Richard Mitchell Burton, a sophomore running back. I think I'm telling you wrong. That's number 18, Spencer Miller. He's a senior. Smithville with a receiver out wide with a man in the slot, and it looks like they may be getting a penalty now. No, wait a minute. They're acting like they're going to walk it off against Winnetonka, and they will. And that'll be another 5, so that should be second down and about a yard. You're right.
5-yard penalty, second and short.
Looks like about 18 inches.
Let's go, defense!
2 feet at the most. Smithville comes in 5-1, and I'm not sure who they lost to, but receiver out wide, man in the slot, I formation, quick throw, and it's over the hands. And it's overthrown there. The intended receiver.
Goes incomplete. Third and short for Smithville.
Come on, defense!
That was intended for George Fisher. He's a senior. Wide receiver.
Come on, defense! One more time!
Smithville opens it up a little bit with 2 men split out wide. And the quarterback's going to run it and out of bounds. It's hard to tell whether he got that or not because the sticks went down. We'll say that he did because it looked like it was pretty close, and the ref says first down.
There we go, boys!
All right, Tonka!
No, he was not signaling first down, just that it was Smithville ball. Looks like they lost about 18 inches on that, so now it's third and about. No, now here goes the change. I was correct in my first assumption with the first down.
First and 10 points.
We'll get it straight.
Come on, D! Come on, D!
Very cool, crisp evening. I'm thinking the temperature was about 40 degrees, I think, when game time.
Uh-oh. Grab it. That's the play sheet.
Getting out of there.
That's the playbook.
Thank you.
We thought you needed a program.
Lineup sheet just dropped down from up above. I don't know what we're waiting on for sure.
They're talking on their walkie-talkies. These referees.
I don't know what it is.
Is there a delay
It's
again?
going on. But the head ref, or the referee, is over talking to one of the line judges on the other side, it looks like. Folks, we're going to have a little timeout here. We'll be back as soon as play resumes. It appears one of the sticks broke. On that last play, I seen the stick go down when the quarterback was over there.
There, get him!
And he must have landed on it, and it's a handoff right up the middle.
Sig on the carry.
And looks like number 28 for Smithville.
Second and 3 for the Warriors.
That's Hayden Zigg. He's a sophomore running back. Looks like about a gain of 7, I'm going to say.
Come on.
Handoff again.
There we go.
And they're going to stop him dead this time.
Pick on the carry, short gain, third down, Smithville.
Don't you know I forgot my cowbell again?
It's a little short gain, looks like maybe 12, 18 inches on that carry. So now it's going to be third and looks like 2.5, I'm going to say. They're saying 2. So far, Smithville staying on the ground. And quarterback's got it, and I think he is going to be just short of the first down. I don't think he's going to make it. Depends upon where they spot this ball. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Looked like Winnetonka initially stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, but a second effort there by the quarterback. And he made it. Spencer Miller. I got a feeling we're going to be calling that name quite a bit. Maybe because he handles the ball every play. What do you think? Going to roll out and looking downfield and going to get it to, I believe that was the tight end, number 40. That's Gunnar Swindle. He's a senior tight end. Gain of 6. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. I think that's the first pass for the Warriors.
Let's go, D-line!
Handoff.
Sing on the carry. He'll go to about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Warriors.
And it's going to be a first down as Hayden Zig, the sophomore, picks up enough yardage for the first down.
Come on, D, let's go. Hey, let's go, defense. You got it right here, boys. Right here, let's go.
High formation.
Let's go, Bobby.
2 wide receivers out, man in the slot on the far side and looking for a pass, and they're going to get it to number 32. And he's going to break away for a few extra yards before he's tackled.
1st and 10, Warriors from the 20-yard line.
And that's going to get the Warriors down to the 20-yard line. Didn't quite get the number of that receiver. I was thinking it was, might have been I'm sorry. Well, handoff again, number 28. And they're going to stack him up at the line this time.
There you go, defense. Do it again.
No gain on the carry. Frankie Wheeler and defensively for the Griffins.
Looks like they might have picked up 2 yards. Going to be 2nd and 8, I would say.
Well, I mean, because that's why they got
Quarterback keeps it. And that's going to be
There you go, Troy.
Miller on the carry, short gain.
I think the tackle on that was
3rd and 5 for the Warriors.
Dre Fanning, senior, 5'11", 200 pounds, number 7 there. See how Winnetonka can do here as Smithville has penetrated pretty deep into their territory, inside the 20 now. Going to drop back to pass, rolling out, looking in the end zone. And there's a man open there, but he can't get it to him. He just broke open at the last minute, and the quarterback threw it toward the other end zone away from the defense. But couldn't do it. I presume, are they going to go for it, or we're going to have a field goal here? Yeah, it's a field goal. Field goal attempt. Looks like he'll be kicking the ball from the 25. So you add 10 more, it's going to be a 35-yard field goal if he makes this. It's up. And it is good. So Smithville is going to jump ahead here. 3-0, and we've got 3:35 to play here in the first quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a little bit. Here we go. Smithville 3-0. And kind of a switch kick again. The kicker took about 2 stops. And there's going to be a fumble there. And there's a fumble on the play. Smithville came up with it, but of course most of the Winnetonka players are saying he was down by contact. And it looks like that will stand, as it will be Winnetonka ball, as they're going to have it on their own 27-yard line.
Come on,
Tonka with a 1st and 10, handoff to the big back again.
He'll gain about 7.
And he's going to gain 7.
Second down for the Griffins.
Because once you get past the line, all these other.
And Monty Moore again, that 215-pound running back. Tonka with a man split out here to the left. And they're throwing it out here, but
Essex goes incomplete. Third down for the Griffins.
Jason Essex was the intended receiver. He's a sophomore at 6'2", 180. But it was just a little bit ahead of him, or he wasn't anticipating it, or not sure. But incomplete, so that's going to be 3rd now. Tonka stays with the 2 men out wide. Now they've got I formation there in the backfield, and it looks like they're going to hand it off. And, man, he is stopped in the backfield. But he gets away.
Hey, we all got to play like that. Let's go.
And Monty Moore with a nice run that I think was about 10 yards initial contact, but he broke some tackles. Excuse me, got away. And finally in the secondary, Smithville's able to bring him down. This time Winnetonka with the receivers out wide on both sides. And it's going to be a handoff again. And, man, Montre Moore just moving those legs to keep driving. And he's going to pick up 5, it looks like. About the time Winnetonka should get them lulled into this running game, while they may bust out a pass
Drive
there.
them off the ball line.
Quarterback is Jovan Satterwhite. He's a junior, 5'9", 190. Looks like he's fairly tall too, and has a pretty good arm. 2 receivers out on this side. And see what we got. Illegal motion. That'll cost them 5.
5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
That puts them back just about where they started. Of course, those linemen looking for any advantage they can get as far as getting on their man to make a block. Receivers out wide to this side, eye back. And they're going to hand it off to him, and he gets caught there, but gets away. And just probably a foot. But the initial tackle there was missed by Cody McKimmons. He's a senior for Smithville. Third and long. 3rd and 8. And they're going to pass. Looking out here. The number 84. And
that 9-yard pass play, good for a Griffin.
And it's going to be good for a first down. Once again, Triplett, the 6'3", 185-pound senior. Nice reception. Good pass right on the money. So Winnetonka keeps moving the ball. That was a 3rd and 8 there.
Here we go!
Let's go, Tonka!
25 seconds left here in the first quarter. We're going to have an end around. It's going to be number 8. And I think that's going to be about an 8 or 9 yard gain.
8 yards on the gain. 2nd and short for the Griffins.
There we go, Griffins!
That was Racine Williams, and he's a senior, 5'10", 175. And looks like we've got a timeout. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Oh, it's the quarter. The first quarter's over. We'll be back as they change ends. Okay, 2nd and about 3.5, and a handoff again. And man, you talk about running with authority. Monty Moore, man, nice play. Probably a gain of about 15 yards on that. Tonka starting to get serious down here inside. No, they're on the 21-yard line. Send 84 out wide to the left with a man in the slot there. Eye back. And they're going to hand it off again, and he cuts it back. And man, Monty Moore. Monte, I guess is how that's pronounced. It's Montre. They're just inside of the 9-yard line and driving. This one receiver out in the slot. We had a wide receiver way out wide. And a nice pass out to him. I mean, that's got to be a 40-yard pass just to get the ball out to Triplett. And they got a first down on that. No, I'm sorry. They had 1st and goal. It's now 2nd and goal to go.
Let's go, Lauren. Push your guys to the back of the end zone.
We got receivers out wide here. They're kind of taking their time getting up to the line. See what happens. I'm thinking a handoff. And it's going to go in. That's going to be Montre Moore. And that's going to be about a 5-yard run. for the touchdown, Monte Moore. So now it's going to be 6-3 with 10:42 to play here. Man, that young man does run with authority. Looks like it may take 2 or 3 people to get that young man down. Once again, 2:15.
We were standing, there was like stairs right there, and if you go straight down, there's just like this little area, and we were all just passing the ball.
Penalty on Winnetonka, illegal procedure. So that'll add 5 yards to the kick.
We were just standing right there. Where Devin's right there. Where Devin's at? I can see Devin's on the field.
It's down, up, and
Right there. If you go straight down.
it's good. So that's going to make it here with 10:42 to play in the second quarter. 7-3 Winnetonka. We'll be back with some more second quarter action here in just a little bit. Here's kickoff by Tonka, and it's an onside kick. Take a big bounce, but it's picked up. And they pretty much got the one that picked that up and just more or less stopped right on his tracks there at about the 34. And that was number 33. Jacob Easley. He's a junior running back.
Let's go, Mark!
Definitely wanted somebody with hands on that ball, of course.
Let's go, Bobby!
So we'll see now whether or not Smithville can answer. 2 receivers out, but not a really wide man in the slot, eye back, and it's going to be a handoff to number 28. And he just lowers his shoulder. That's Hayden Zigg. That's a sophomore running back. He'll pick up about 4 on that, I'd say. They're saying 5. According to where they spot the marker over there, it looks more like 6. But they are the officials. Won't argue with them.
Let's go, defense!
It's like we got a blitz going on. They're going to throw it out wide. He's going to be tackled pretty quick, but not going to be able to stop his forward progress. Depends upon where they spot this now. That's going to be a first down. So 2 plays, 1 for 4, 1 for 6, and we've got first down for Smithville. 10:14 to play here in the second quarter.
Let's go, defense!
Warriors with a new first down, option play. And they're going to get him right at the line. Nice tackle.
Hold your position, Mark!
1 high and 1 low. I think that was number 81 on the tackle. That was Mark Waller. He's a junior, 6'3", 200 pounds. They're going to give him a yard on that. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9. Fake handoff. Quarterback rolls out, looks downfield. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to get about 4 yards there, I'd say. As he stopped and run out of bounds on the far side.
Ball at midfield.
Ball sets right on the 50-yard line. Going to be 3rd and 4 for Smithville. Men out wide, man on the slot on this side. Fake the handoff. He's hit, stopped, but still going to keep running. And quarterback will pick up a first down.
Miller on the keeper. First and 10 Warriors.
That's Spencer Miller. He's the senior quarterback for Smithville. So far, he's might be the leading rusher. Zig has carried the ball quite a few times, but I don't know. Got to be close between the two of them. Takes a step back, drop, tucks the ball, and is going to run. And it's going to be a nice gain. He's going to pick up about 8 on that. And that tackle was Dylan Reitzer. Senior, 6'1", 260. Looks like Reitzer came all the way from the other side to make that tackle. Of course, it was kind of a delayed run as he got hit a couple times, but he kept churning. The fake pass, roll out here in the flat. And he's going to be out of bounds.
Zig on the reception.
A Zig on the reception, and he'll be run out of bounds by number 2. That's John Jackson. He's a senior, 5'10", 185. And they're just short of the first down. Looks like about 3rd and 1. I would guess this is probably too far for a field goal because it would probably be about a 55-yard field goal if they don't make this. So if they don't get it, you're probably looking at a kick here. But the way the quarterback's been running, quick pass out there under the flat, downfield. And that was number 32 with the reception. That's Sam Calvert. Southmore on the reception.
First and 10 Warriors.
So Smithville keeps moving the ball. 6:33 to play here in the second quarter. Got on my long johns, and so far it feels pretty comfortable down here in front of the press box where there's no wind, although it's not blowing heavy. Going to be an option play, going to pitch it out, and we're going to have a flag on the play. Zig with the carry. But there's a flag on the play, and usually something like that, it's going to be a blocking foul of some kind, probably on holding on Smithville.
Here we go.
So that'll move them back another. Wow, they're going to walk off 10 yards on that. That will make it. That's going to be first and about 18. Can you see him, Grandma? Okay, first and 17. They're saying. For a pass out in the flat here to the running back, and man, he has got a huge hole, and he is going to get down to, I would say, 5-yard line, inside the 5. And once again, that was Zig, Hayden Zig, Southmore. I would say Smithville's got some good years to look forward to with a kid like that. Man, that kid can run the ball. He doesn't have the power and authority that Moore does for Winnetonka, but he does have some speed. And boy, there was a huge hole there once he got past the secondary. So it's going to be Smithville, first and goal. Fake run, rolling out, and he's got a receiver wide open. Nobody on him in the back of the end zone. And I'll try and get... And that was, the reception was Sam Calvert to Southmore with the catch for the touchdown, and Smithville surges ahead again here, 9-7. Still 5:23 left in the second quarter. Man, this may come down to whoever has the last possession. Two closely matched teams, really, but just by the record alone, with the 4-2 for Winnetonka and 5-1 for Smithville. Here's the extra point. Down, up, and good. Onto the roof. So with 5:23 to play, it's going to be Smithville Warriors 10, Winnetonka Griffins 7. We'll be back with kickoff here in just a little bit. Okay, here's the kickoff. Smithville will kick it. And once again, kind of confusing. The kicker takes a couple of steps and stops. And Winnetonka, so far, he's running a country mile. And he will go out of bounds on the far side. And that's going to be Dre Fanning, once again, the senior, 5'11", 200 pounds. I don't think he ran, but probably about 40 yards there and gained 2. Looked like he was going to lose more as he was retreating. But anyway, it will be Winnetonka ball, 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Make it 38, I'm sorry. Well, we'll see whether Winnetonka can muster something up here. They got 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And a handoff once again. And man, it's so evident what you can see. All you see is white hands on black jerseys. But they don't stay there long as he breaks through there. It takes a couple of them, just one or two, just to slow him down, let alone somebody to get him down. Wide receiver out here on this side. Fake handoff. Quarterback's looking. And he's got a receiver for a first down on the 49-yard line. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see whether that stands. But I think that was Jackson Moss on the reception. He was a tight end, 6'3", 215, but they're going to call it back. Must have been holding on someone. Yep.
Holding against the Griffins will negate the pass play. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which would have been in the offensive line where the ball was. So back it goes.
Let's go, Lord! Drive your guys off the ball!
Okay, Winnetonka was 2nd and 22 to go here. See what they can pull out of the hat. Looking to pass, and they do. Oh, right over the middle.
2 hands, buddy.
To the big, tall guy. Man, see, that is Joe Thomas, junior, 6'4", 215. He was wide open, didn't have anybody within at least 2 or 3 yards of him, but still could not bring it down, just out of his reach. Tonka with wide receiver out to this side. Man in the slot, wide receiver out wide on the other side, and they're going to throw, and it's the number 6 again, but once again, it's out of his reach. So that's going to be 4th and 22, and I'm sure they'll be punting it away here with 4:14 to go. So once again, Smithville will have some time as the tables are turned to see whether or not they can get one down there and get a score before halftime. Smithville with 9 men up on the line. Quarterback, no, it's going to be number 10.
There we go. Nice job.
He might have gained 2 on that, but not much further.
Bobby, be your man.
That's George Fisher, their senior wide receiver, that fielded that punt and got it back just a couple of yards, as Winnetonka had really good coverage on that, even though Smithville, like I say, had 9 men up on the line to try and block that punt. Pass out in the flat, kind of a screen pass. Number 23, they finally get him down. And that may be a face mask there. Yeah, there might have been a face mask there. Personal foul, face mask.
Face mask against the Griffins.
That won't help any. Smithville with a big gain here now, 15 yards without even doing anything, and still 3:52 to play.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10 Warriors.
We see on the replay you run a bad ball. Beat him, Bobby. Let's go. Teams out here, boys.
Smithville, they've got 2 out wide, man in the slot, eye back. He's in motion. And they're going to throw out in the flat to Zig, and Zig's going to get about 5 or 6. Kid has a really quick first step and a lot of speed. Doesn't take him long to get going. And when he's out in the open like that, why, you might say he get away with murder.
Let's just start playing man.
Pretty much same formation, only they hand it off to Zig this time in the middle. And he's still going to grind out a couple.
Sing on the carry.
Maybe 2.5 on that carry. 3rd down, short yardage, probably, I'm going to say 2 yards. 2:40 to play here in the second quarter. Smithville with the 2 receivers out to this side. Quarterback's just going to take it and run, breaks that first tackle. He will get the first down.
Miller on the carry. We'll go to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors.
2:15, clock still runs.
Defense!
2 minutes to go. Second quarter.
Let's go, defense!
Once again, receivers out wide, steps back, looks out when going to complete it out to number 3, and he fumbled the ball. But the running back Zig is going to come up and get that. That reception there by Kelton Nisha He's a sophomore wide receiver. Coughed it up as soon as he hit the ground. But quarterback.
Warriors recover their own fumble.
Spencer Miller, man, he was right there and went right down on it to save the day. Got 2nd and there goes that running back right up the middle again. Zig right up the middle.
Go down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, Warriors.
So that'll put Smithville on the 5 with 4 downs to make a TD here with clock down to 48 seconds now. Of course, they spread it out, open up the defense. I look for something right down the middle. And looks like a timeout for Winnetonka here with 37.4 seconds. We'll be back with some of these final plays of the second quarter here in just a minute. Here we go. And the quarterback's going to keep it, and I think he is just going to go right into the end zone and score a touchdown. Here with 31 seconds to go in the second quarter. So that's kind of put Winnetonka in a little bit of a hole. Plus, Smithville should be getting the ball at the end of the half because they kicked off to Winnetonka to begin with.
Yeah, see, now you're talking a foreign language to me. I just watch him run, and I watch my baby dance, and I'm good. And then I wait to see who's mad and who's happy, and I'm like, okay.
16-7 now. Like I say, 31 seconds to play yet.
Block it, forward, block it!
It's back, down, and up, and good. And, man, he kicked it over the roof. Young man must have a pretty good leg as he took that all the way over the roof. Let's see, that is number 11. And that is Evan Hurls. He's a senior, wide receiver, punter, kicker. So that's 2 extra points and a field goal that he's had so far in this game. So he's got 5 points just by himself out of the 17. But we'll have the kickoff here in a minute as Winnetonka will get another try, but it's going to have to be quick. Okay, here's the kickoff with Smithville. See if they do the same thing. Kicker takes 2 steps, stops, and the other guy kicks. Yep, did it again. And he's left-footed besides. He picked it up on the 31.
There you go, 8!
And he's going to get a return of about 8 yards there on that. So really, Winnetonka wants to stay in this game. They're going to have to come up with something here pretty quick to try and get this score back where it's a little bit more manageable. Because right now it's a 2-possession game for Smithville. Now this is a little different formation as everybody's in pretty tight. Nobody's spread out wide, which I think we're going to have a motion. No. Timeout Smithville. We'll be back, folks, after the timeout. All right, 23 seconds to go. Winnetonka with the ball. Fake handoff. He's looking downfield, and he's going to get out of bounds. And that play there is going to take 6 seconds off the clock. Smithville with some really good coverage and penetration as they got into the quarterback. He did gain some yardage, but still wasn't able to find any receivers downfield. But you have to almost wonder about that formation as everyone was in tight rather than trying to spread the defense out. And they're going to do the same thing again here. Smithville rushing 4, and they're going to hand it off to number 24, Moore. And he's not going to get the first down. He's going to gain about 6. But, man, the clock is running. No timeout. And that's going to end the half, it looks like.
That makes your score at the half. Smithville 17,
yeah. The score here at the half is going to be Smithville 17, Winnetonka 7. Folks, we'll be back after halftime. All right, here we go with the kickoff from the half. Winnetonka will kick it, and it will be received on the 15-yard line. Number 7.
Yeah! Woo! Let's go, defense!
That was number 7 from Smithville for the reception. Noah Reichert, he's a sophomore wide receiver. He might have gotten 4 or 5 yards there, not too much though, as Winnetonka was down there with some pretty good coverage. Once again, Smithville with a 17-7 lead. Men out wide, eye back, and looks like quarterback is going to keep it again. And he may run away from him. No. Right there at the last minute. That is number 18, Spencer Miller with the carry. And that was number 4 that run him down. That was Hayden Shea. He's a senior, 5'8", 170. So not exactly what Winnetonka needed here to start off the half, as they are deep in a hole again. Quite a run there by the quarterback. First play from scrimmage. Going to give it to Zig. He's going to go out around the end, and he'll be forced out. Taken down.
Inside the 10-yard line, 2nd and 6 for the Warriors.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 6 for Smithville. Smithville spreads them out wide. Quarterback all by himself throws it out into the flat. But in order to make the reception, Zig's going to have to go down to catch it. And in the process, gets a knee on the ground, and he is down. So I think they might have lost a couple of yards on that. Ball moves over to the other side of the field. Going to be 3rd and 7. Once again, they spread them out pretty wide. Quarterback drops right back, and I think that's going to be a TD to number 10. Going to be George Fisher, the senior wide receiver. And now Smithville's going to jump out to a 23-7 lead here, as just over 2 minutes have been played here in the half, and Tonka finds themselves 23-7 in a hole. Going to be Evan Vernhurst, senior here for the extra point. It's up and good. 24-7. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a minute. See whether Winnetonka can answer. Here's the kickoff after that Smithville touchdown. It's going to be an onside kick. And it will be stopped by number 20. That's Hunter Martin, sophomore, 5'10", 175. He just falls on it, doesn't try to pick it up. So now let's see what Winnetonka can do. Can they come back and answer with a score here and try to climb back in this game? two receivers out wide to the left. Keep Moore in the backfield. Moore gets the ball, starts looking for a hole. And he's hit there at the ankles
Short gain, second down, Griffin.
by Jacob Easley, the junior. And boy, he takes him down. That's about the only way you'll get that kid down. There was someone else that hit him at about the same time. But Easley with the tackle. Handed off to Moore, and that almost looked like a busted play, like Moore didn't know he was going to get the ball as the quarterback turned around to hand it to him. And he just kind of stood there for a minute and then made a decision to run with it. Third and 8. Receivers out wide to the left. Quarterback drops back, can't find nobody, looking, and now he's going to get sacked back there with the final tackle being made by number 70. That's Mason Grimm of Southmore. Defensive lineman, and that's going to be 4th and about 18, I'd say. And Tonka's going to have to kick it away. 3 and out.
Are you coming home with us?
I want a lollipop. Where they can get the lollipop from?
Are you coming home with us?
Kicker back deep for Tonka. Getting ready to kick it.
The lollipop ain't here.
And it's a pretty high kick, but not too far. Oh, and I think Tonka, unless they can catch him, and it's going to be a touchdown for Tonka. As the intended receiver, I'm not even sure he had possession of it. Might have went through his hands. But they're calling that back, it looks like. I don't know if they're saying that the Smithville player was down. I'd have to go back and watch the video to see how that was, but I think they're going to call that back. But it looks like Winnetonka is going to get the ball. I'd be interested to know what the call was on that. Well, anyway, no TD, but Winnetonka ball. Quarterback fakes a pass out into the flat, but tucks it and runs. But that's going to be a gain of 4 for the quarterback. That was Jovan Satterwhite. Tonka with receivers out here to the right. Going to be a handoff to Moore. And believe it or not, number 15 is going to make the tackle. That's Mason Hedgecorth. He's a senior linebacker. Nice tackle there again, down around the ankles. Get the signal from the offensive coordinator, I'd say. Up to the line. One receiver out wide to the left. Handoff to Moore. And he breaks 2 tackles, but is going to be forced out. That's 5, 10, 15-yard run there for Moore. And boy, they need a bunch more of those. two things here. Just keep moving the ball, keep it moving, keep the ball out of Smithville's hands and score some TDs. We're already halfway through the third quarter. Pass out wide there. That was Jason Essex on the reception. And looks like he's going to get about 5 yards on that. Going to be second down and about 8, I'm going to say. And they got the wide receiver out this time to the right. Hand off to Moore, and man, they just about fumbled that. There was little trouble on the exchange. He's only going to pick up about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 now, I'd say. They're saying 6. High formation again. Wide receiver to the right. One split out to the left. Fake to Moore. Looking downfield. And number 6 is going to get it. And will receive it. That was Joe Thomas, junior.
First and goal.
That's going to get him down on about the, 6-yard line. 2 wide receivers out there. And flag on the play. Probably going to be movement on the line. Offsides. On Winnetonka. Man, a killer. Still going to be first down, but now it'll be 1st and 11 instead of 1st and 6. Still 2 wide receivers out to the right, nobody out to the left. Tight end up against the tackle there on this side. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a handoff to Moore. And Moore is going to maybe get back that 5, as it looks like he is close to the 6-yard line. 6.5, somewhere right there.
Second goal for the Griffins.
So they're basically back where they were before the penalty. Got a wide receiver out each way. Moore in the backfield. Looking out wide, and it's going to be a touchdown and a catch. And they're going to say no. He didn't have it. No catch. Know if he trapped it or what. But that'll bring it back out to the 6. And it'll be 3rd down now. And gold. Two receivers out wide to the right. Moore in the backfield. Tight end comes over on this side, and they're going to hand it to Moore. And looks like he might be down close to the goal line on the 1.
There you go, coach.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Looks like it's inside the 1-yard line. Any guess who will get the ball?
Push it in.
I say, now the quarterback's going to get it, and he will run it in. There's Dre Fanning. with the TD. No, I'll take that back. I'm sorry. Jovan Sutter. I believe that was Jovan Satterwhite, the quarterback, with the rushing touchdown there. So Winnetonka is going to come back and answer on the score by Smithville. Most of that third quarter is gone already, as it's 2:55 to play now with the score 24-14. Smithville in the lead. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a minute. Here's the Winnetonka kickoff, and they're going to go ahead and kick it. They're going to get it on about the 14-yard line. And that's the running back, Zig, with a return. Nice return.
Get in the backfield, kid.
Hayden Zig, sophomore. Like I say, Winnetonka's got a lot to look forward to, I think, with that young man. That had to have been about a 25 or 30-yard return there for Zig. Hand off to Zig again, and gets through the line, past the second line of defense, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by number 8.
You can't do that! You can't do that!
I think that was Racine Williams, the senior defensive back, and on the play, I don't know if Zig said something to, or if the tackler said something to him or what, but he reached up and kind of hit him in the helmet with his hand. So that's going to be a penalty.
Hit the weight room 2-8. Come on, defense.
This should be 15 yards. I'm sure that was a personal foul. 5, 10,
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
15.
15-yard penalty.
Here we go, boys.
So, looks like we're basically back to the line of scrimmage here. 2:42 to play here in the third quarter. 24-14 Smithville. Kind of a low snap. Looks like a mix-up on the play as they took Zig out. The quarterback, of course, doing his thing. Runs one way, reverses his field, comes all the way back, and still is going to have a gain, it looks like, of 5.
John Jackson on the fence, 2nd and 5 for the Warriors.
That had to have been a broken play because the offensive player looked like he went the wrong way. It looked like the quarterback was expecting him on one side and he was on the other. Zig back in. And he gets the ball, and boy, right up the middle. Runs through a tackle and gets that first down, but gets tripped up and does go down. But about a gain of almost 10 yards on that run.
First and 10 Warriors.
And the clock runs, 1:30 to play here in the third quarter. Tonka has got to make a stop here and get down and score and get back in this game. Still 10 points out of it. Smithville's running game is very strong, you might say, between Zig and the quarterback. And finally, they get over there and make that tackle.
Nice job, kid.
That's going to be number 7, Dre Fanning on the tackle, senior, coming up with a big play here. Now is it going to make it 2nd and 10? Now they need a couple more of these so they can get a punt.
Grab it. Oh my gosh. You know, when I go watch
25 to go here in the third quarter. Oh, we're going to throw long too, and he's going to make the catch.
That wasn't his guy. The guy bit on the 28 over here, and that left
The number 10, and looks like it's going to be on about the 2-yard line. Nice catch there by Jonell Essex, sophomore, 5'10". 160. Whoop, I'm reading the wrong guy. Number 10, that's George Fisher. He's a senior wide receiver. And once again, Smithville right down there on the goal line. I believe that ball is on about the 3. And it looks like Smithville's going to call a timeout here with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a little bit. Just 15 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
on defense!
Smithville down on the 3-yard line. And there goes the quarterback. And boy, what a surge by the offensive line. I mean, just look at that picture right there. Just about all of the players are in the end zone as the Smithville offensive line, I mean, just pushed everybody back. I didn't see one black jersey on this side of the goal line at all, and they were on the 3-yard line. So that's going to make it 30-14. We'll be having an extra point try here in just a little bit. Evan Vernhersel, the senior. He's been perfect so far with a field goal. And I think it got blocked. I think that was number 61 that blocked that. That's Alex Tepla, a sophomore, 5'7", 200. Well, it's 30-14, folks. We're just about to the fourth quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff. Here's the Smithville kickoff. And he's going to kick it back this time. First time I think they've had what I would consider a regular kickoff. And that's going to be John Jackson. He's a senior, 5'10", 185. He brought that back about 15 yards, and looks like Winnetonka will put the ball in play on the 32-yard line. They're on 32, trailing 30-14. We've got 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. Looking to pass, doesn't see anybody. Now he wants to roll out. And it was intended for number 23, but it was over his head. That's Jackson Moss, senior, 6'3", 215. Smithville covering all the receivers pretty good. Enough to make a quarterback kind of dance around back there and think about it twice before he made the throw. And when he did, he overthrew the receiver. Wide receivers out wide, Moore in the backfield. Moore gets the ball, and he's going to get about, I'm going to say 2 yards. And Smithville's there to meet him and bring him down. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to change ends of the field. We'll be back with that fourth quarter action here in just a little bit. Okay, first play of the fourth quarter. Winnetonka with the ball. 3rd and 9. And it's going to be illegal procedure.
False start. Griffin.
Full start
Replay the down.
for Winnetonka.
Oh, we saw Cam and everybody over there. We went.
Quite a few penalties on Winnetonka, and all of them have been in not too good of situations, which only makes the game worse for them. Receiver out wide to this side. Man in the slot.
Like by the entrance.
Moore out in the flat, but no. Quarterback looks and is going to catch number 6. That's Joe Thomas, a junior 6'4", 215 receiver. And that's going to give Winnetonka first down here at the, looks like 47-yard line, their own 47. Nice gain for the first play of the fourth quarter. They just need a bunch more of those. Be first and 10. Once again, wide receiver out here, man in the slot, tight end on this side. Eye back, and another long throw, but it's going to be too long. And it's going to be intercepted by Smithville. And that's going to be number 9. Cody Masachi. He's a sophomore on that reception. So Tonka really in trouble here early in the fourth quarter now.
All right, have fun, ladies. We'll see you.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Quarterback's going to keep, breaks one tackle, gets free. I think he may go all the way. Nope. Yep. And he does. Breaks 2 tackles right there at the 5-yard line and carries it in. Man, what a run. That was about 50-some yards on that touchdown for Smithville. Wow. And we'll have the extra point here, and that's going to make it kind of tough for Winnetonka. And we've got a few fans who I think say they have seen enough. They're going home. 36-14 here now, still with 11 minutes to play. We've only gotten 52 minutes out of the fourth quarter.
Timeout, Smithville.
We'll be back with the extra point here in just a little bit. Well, of all things now, it looks like Smithville is going to go for 2. Going to roll out, looking to pass. And yes, he will get 2. That's the number 40. Pretty big boy. I think he's probably a tight end. Yep. Yeah, that's Gunnar Swindoll. Senior tight end. 38-14. We'll be back with the kickoff. 11:08 to play in the fourth quarter. 38-14. Smithville kicks off. Gonna receive it at about the 25. And he will go down at about the 31. And we've got a penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
And it's going to be on. Looks like a few words being exchanged. Personal foul, Winnetonka. Be from the side of the infraction, so that's going to be right there at the 31.
About the taunting call.
And that'll move him way back to the 17-yard line.
15-yard penalty, first and 10.
Tonka with the ball on their own 17 now. Men split out wide to the right. Man in the slot. Back in the backfield. Quarterback looking to pass. And he does. And that's number 84 with the reception.
Flag on the play.
We haven't called Triplet's name in quite a while. That far downfield, yeah, that's what I say, block in the back probably. So that play may be totally nullified. It'll be at least 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. That won't be a first down. Or will it? No. It should be second down, I think. Maybe not. I guess they make the play over. Moore with the ball. And he's going to get the first down.
Montre Moore on the carry to the 30-yard line. That scramble's good for a Griffin. First down.
Griffins with a fresh set of downs. Receivers out wide to both sides. Moore in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off to Moore again. And he's going to run for another first down. One of the Smithville players comes up limping, number 33.
That run good for a
That's Jonathan Williams, freshman. 5'11", 215. Wow. Waiting to get the player, I guess, up off the ground. Too close to the playing field. I don't know what. But here we go. Once again, Tonka with the ball. New set of downs. Moore with it again. Takes a little stutter step. And he's going to drive forward.
Montre Moore on the carry. 6.
And looks like a gain of 6. 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
If they ever play each other, a very, very important team. If they ever went to the Super Bowl against each other, I'd go for the ball.
Moore having a little bit more success here in the fourth quarter. Really thought maybe Smithville was getting a handle on trying to stop him. Receiver out wide there left. And a pass, and it will be caught.
Triplet on the reception.
And Triplet on the reception, number 84.
Inside the 40-yard line.
That's a 5, 10, about 15 yards on that pass. Tonka trying to hurry it up here. I guess kind of catch him off guard. Another pass, and he's wide open way down there. If he can catch it. And it's going to be knocked away at the very last minute as number 11, Essex, had gotten wide open. But it was knocked down by the Smithville player. I think that is number 10 on that defensive play, Fisher, George Fisher. So that'll bring it back up here to the 37-yard line of Smithville. Second down and 10 for Winnetonka. Handoff.
Montre Moore on the carry.
DeMontre Moore, but he's going to be stopped with about a gain of 2. Got the play from the coach. Looks like a timeout for Winnetonka, as there seems to be some misunderstanding with the quarterback and the players. We'll be back, folks. We still got 8:35 to play here in the fourth quarter, with Smithville leading 38-14. Tonka with receivers split out wide both sides. The receiver in the slot. Quarterback's going to drop back. Looks out here in the flat to a pass to Moore, but Moore can't hang on to it. So it's going to be 4th and long here now. Looks like about 4th and 8, I'd say, for the Griffins here on the Smithville 35-yard line. The cold air is moving in. Boy, I can feel it in my bones, folks. Quarterback stoops down to kind of straighten out his shoe a little bit. Split out wide left, receiver in the slot, looking for a pass. 4th and long. And he's going to be brought down short of the first down, just about at the line of scrimmage. So quarterback Satterwhite just couldn't get loose, couldn't see no receivers, and will be tackled there, and Smithville will take over on downs. We've still got 8:23 to play.
I will.
38-14. A little over, not quite 8.5 minutes to play. Smithville with the ball now. Receivers out wide. Man in the slot. Handoff to Zig. He stiff arms one guy and will get about 8 yards on the carry as he is forced out of bounds on the other side.
Second and short for the Warriors.
Looks like 2nd and 1.5, I would say. Not quite 2. Everybody in a little tighter this time. The receiver's still out, split out, but not out too wide. Going to give it to Zig, and Zig is actually going to be caught and driven back with a nice tackle there by Hayden Shea. He's a senior, 5'8", 170.
Make sure you're making those calls at this time.
Nice play as Shea was right in there, stood him up, and forced him out of bounds. With that ball out of bounds, of course, that stops the play clock, so we are holding here at 7:22. And now we've got a timeout for Smithville. We'll be back right after the timeout. Play ready to resume. 3rd and 6 for Smithville. Fading back, and looks like he's going to pass over the middle, and it is almost intercepted. Boy, number 8 had his hands on that. Racine Williams, a senior, 5'10", 175. I think he had both hands on that ball at one time or another, but that's going to make or cause a 4th down. So Smithville will be kicking. Looks like the lone receiver back for Winnetonka is going to be Hayden Shea, I think. I can't make out the number. He's got his hands up in front of his jersey. I'll take that back. Looks like number 5, Tyler Wilson. Snap and kick off the side of his foot. And it's going to come down and take a Winnetonka bounce as it goes about 5 or 7 yards. Before
Take over first and 10, just inside the 50-yard line.
Noah Riker, Southmore, grabs it and stops that ball from going any further. It was retreating. Pretty short kick. That was only about 20 yards, 25 yards in the air, and then a bounce back about 5. So Tonka here was 7 minutes. I mean, there is time here, but man, they've got to get with it. Hand off to Moore.
Fumble recovered by the Warriors.
And a fumble, and it is recovered by the Warriors. I think it was number 42 that got that. Boy, Winnetonka is just kind of putting themselves in a little hole all the time. Gabe Talley. And that is a Southmore. Of course, Winnetonka defense has got to be getting tired. They've been out on the field quite a bit now. I think that's Zig with the handoff and the carry. He's going to get about 3 yards.
Short gain by the Warriors. Second and 6 for Smithville.
Yeah, that was Zig with the carry. I don't know about everybody else, but I just assumed the clock would run on out because it's getting pretty brisk out here. And there must have been a movement. Yeah, illegal procedure on Smithville.
5-yard penalty, replay the down.
Go defense, get slow back!
38-14, clock moving. 6:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Smithville running game, I think, would have to be the plays of the game here, as they have pretty much been unable to be stopped. There's Zig again with another carry, spins away right into another tackler, and I think he will actually have a loss on this of about 5. Third down and what looks like 14. And blitz there, come through the line but missed the tackle. And I think there was a fumble on that. Zig with the carry. And looks like John Jackson comes away with that. That's a senior, 5'10", 185. He come out of the pile with it. So it will be Winnetonka ball on the Warrior 35-yard line. Griffins are going to split Essex out to the right. Triplet out here to the left, but not quite as far. Tight ends in tight. Moore in the backfield. Pretty low snap. Going to throw it over the middle. Oh, my. That ball was tipped around 2 or 3 times there by at least 2 Winnetonka players. And it ends up in the hands of number 42. I think that's at Southmore, isn't it? Let's see. Gabe Talley, Southmore, tight end. Defensive player. Must play backfield on defense. So Winnetonka just gets one play and gives it back. Got 4:34 to go now. Man, what a change of events here. More like volleyball than football, where they're tipping that thing around. Look out in the flat there. Looks like a screen pass, but Northtown reads it pretty quick.
Pass complete to Foster.
And cover it pretty good. Foster on the reception.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for the Warriors.
Smithville in no hurry. Just act like they're just wanting to get out of here too. I think they're happy with the score. Receivers out fairly wide. Receiver in the slot. Looks like 28 again. Hayden Zig, the sophomore. Man, he's got to be up over 100 yards. That's going to be a first down.
First and 10, Warriors.
Down to 3:30 to play. 38-14. Smithville Warriors over the Winnetonka Griffins here at North Kansas City Stadium. What a really nice facility. I'm sure built back in the 40s or somewhere around there. Home to the Hornets for I don't know how long. Of course, all of the district schools share them. And we got another screen pass out here to number 10 in the flat. That's George Fisher, senior. And that's going to be good for 7 yards. And we're down under 3 minutes. Timeout, official timeout. Player on Winnetonka's side was tying his shoe. So we're ready to go again. Ball on the Winnetonka 45.5. I think they're just trying to run the clock out there. Oh, the quarterback fumbles it, but falls right on it. I imagine that thing's getting cold, and he's not wearing any gloves or anything, so imagine that thing's like catching a brick. So that's going to make it 3rd and 7 now, and we are under 2 minutes. 1:45 to play. $14 on the play clock. 10. 7. 5. Gonna give it to Zig again. And man, he just keeps driving his way forward. And it's almost a first down. Pretty darn close, depending upon where they spot it. Nope, it's going to be at least 18 inches short, or a foot. So it's 4th, and we are at the less than 1 minute mark. And they're going to go for it. And boy, I mean, they got that off right at the end of the play clock. I just glanced over there and it said 0-1 as they snapped it. And that should pretty much do it. They just have to take a knee probably just 2 or 3 times here and this game's over. And looks like Smithville is going to win it 38. And what do we got? We got a stoppage in play, and the referee says, wind that clock, boys. They shouldn't have to do it, take a knee once here. Looks like Smithville's going to win it 38-14. I don't know what that signal is that the referee is. I guess he's just saying we're going to just let the clock run out, and they will. And folks, that's going to be your game here from North Kansas City Stadium, as Smithville will win it 38-14 over the Winnetonka Griffins. Hope you enjoyed this here Grandpa Sports game of the week here. And we'll see you at a game here soon, I hope, at another stadium and another football high school game. Take care.